Today. Now going over to the political part podcast, you have Vivek on the Education Secretary's message to kids and changing his flag from a USA flag to a progress flag. Now, this was first reported on End Wokeness's profile, and End Wokeness, when he posted, got about 814,000 views and 2.8 thousand likes on the X Twitter. And Wokeness said, quote, Education Secretary Cardona replaces his American lapel pin with an LGBTQ plus pin for Transgender Day of Visibility. His message for the children. Now, it's only about 48 seconds long, so go ahead and play that without too much further ado.
To the many transgender students across the country listening on this Trans Day of Visibility, we in the Biden-Harris administration want you to know that we see you, we support you, and we celebrate you. We also know it's not an easy time to be you. Walking into a classroom should be an act of hope, not an act of bravery. That every day you choose to show up as your true self, you make this world a more brave, more honest, and more free place. In your gift for seeing things as they could be, I see the promise of America. Today, we at the Department of Education want you to know that your school, your community, and your country are better because you're a part of it. You don't just belong here, we need you here. From all of us here at the Department of Education, happy Trans Day of Visibility.
I can't but think I don't think he actually wished anyone a happy Easter. I'm just going to say that much. And this calendar year did actually fall on the same date. And I guess the only redeemable factor about this seemingly creepy guy is that he did, as all men should always, suit up, of course. So he did something right. Now, when it comes to the first comments on the video, you have Paul Zazupa saying, quote, Education Secretary Cardona should be locked up for life and never allowed to be around children. He's admitting in his statement right here that he wants to prey upon minors. There's no fixing an adult like this. He's admittedly perverse. I'm quoting 265 likes. And then Brown Eyed Girl says, quote, put an end to it. Why is a group of people who are incapable of procreation for themselves so hell-bent on educating your children? Abolish the U.S. Department of Education, getting 526 likes. Let's see here. You also have Mark saying, quote, these groomers are absolutely disgusting and unashamed. And it's a picture of a girl, and the text says, quote, there's no such thing as a transgender child, unquote, getting 289 likes. Well, before the parents give them drugs and surgeries that are irreversible. And then you also have the Planet of Memes saying, quote, the federal Department of Education should be abolished, unquote, getting 179 likes. Now, going again to Vivek's response. Now, Vivek said, quote, it's human nature to pledge allegiance to a flag. The only question is, which one, unquote. And Vivek got 340,000 views and 3.5 thousand likes. So interestingly enough, not the best like ratio for him. But it is fascinating to see more and more buildings in the United States and homes fly the Ukraine flag or the Pride flag more than the United States flag. Which, again, in terms of marketing and politics, that was the most foolish thing Democrats had ever done, is letting Republicans really be the default party for that flag. I mean, giving up on that flag was one of the silliest things from a marketing and business perspective that Democrats had done lately. And it shows most of the marketing materials and what they're publishing. It's mostly the pride flags and the transitioning flags, and there's too many to keep track of. Again, not good marketing. But yeah, again, the United States flag unites everyone. That was the purpose of it. Just like the national anthem, which unfortunately is no longer the default, is now being used in coordination with another, or even sometimes forgotten altogether. Now going down to the comments in the Vivek thread, you also have Paul Zazupa saying, quote, Education Secretary Cordova pledges allegiance to the flag of division, unquote, getting 20 likes. Rich Mooney says, quote, there's no such thing as trans children. It's adults pulling the strings there, unquote, getting 4 likes. You have Liberty Pills Memes saying, quote, the evolution of LGBT. In 1990, it said, we just want to be left alone. In 2012, it says, only bigots don't celebrate us. In 2023, it says, bow to me. And they are now holding police uniforms and beating the crap out of people. Getting 68 likes, which, yeah, very similar to the abortion political topic. I mean, Democrats famously in the 90s, I remember Clinton, it was all, their whole messaging, their whole vernacular and advertising was safe, legal, and rare. I mean, even back then they said, you should be ashamed this is happening. It's not a good thing. You don't celebrate this. Now it's something they actually celebrate, which is quite concerning to say the least. Strolling down, you have Valentin Gomez says, quote, I was not born in America, but this is the greatest country on the earth. Today I'm proud to call myself an American and run to become Missouri Secretary of State to make America great again with President Trump, unquote. Getting 54 likes. Which, I don't want to say marketing miss, but she probably, I don't know if she ran out of characters in terms of the text, but she should have at least added like 5 words correlating or reacting to Vivek's actual original statement, but I partially digress. You also have Red Wave Press saying, quote, bring back patriotism to the United States. If you hate America, then leave, unquote, getting 34 likes. See here. Allison Dyer says, quote, he is a walking, talking advertisement for homeschooling. And there's a tweet from Secretary Miguel Cordova saying, quote, teachers know what's best for their kids because they're with them every day. We must trust teachers, unquote. Now, granted, that was mentally vacuous, but he did get 1.3 million views, and that was from May 19th, 2023. And if you ever think you should trust public school teachers, ask yourself, why are ACT scores at 23-year low? Why is pretty much every student terrible with math, science, history? And then look at Libs of TikTok and the things that teachers are actually promulgating. Not all, but many of these teachers are just pushing sexual orientation onto kids, pushing identity onto kids, not teaching them anything useful. I mean, a lot of kids can name what a mitochondria is in the cell, but they can't tell you anything about taxes. Now, I mean, most schools, like, maybe it's thus the default to keep Americans low educated so they get screwed over by tax code and myriad of other things that, one would think a school would prepare you for. But I partially digress. You also have, scrolling down here, you have Liberty Media Pills again saying, quote, and it's this Seinfeld meme where, Kramer has his room overwhelmingly red because of the red neon light, and Jerry says, Kramer, what's going on in there? And then pans to Biden, well, same administration, holding the pride flag, the pride flag, the trans pride flag, the one that has the arrow. There's too many to keep track of. But then it has the transition secretary of not defense, is it? And then you have Kramer saying, don't be a bigot, Jerry, getting 7 likes. Let's see here. Scrolling down more and more. AMAX says, quote, in certain schools throughout the U.S., it is the transgender flag, unquote. And yes, there are several schools where that flag is predominantly posted in the classrooms, but not the U.S. flag. They got 4 likes. Let's see here. Bad Habits says, quote, there's only one flag I pledge allegiance to, unquote, getting 1 like. Believer Mindset, quote, this is a disgrace to our country. Keep fighting for us, Vivek, unquote, getting 11 likes. Jamie, American flag, Canadian flag, says, quote, Canadian flag. He says, quote, flags are the maker of a conquest. We are being conquered, unquote, getting 8 likes. And yes, I think there's definitely some truth to that. So it'll be interesting to see. There has been an increase. One of the few upsides of the whole pandemic was a lot of parents started to see, oh dear God, what are they teaching my kid? And then what are they not teaching the kid? Thanks to them seeing the Zoom meetings. So there's a big increase in homeschooling. So hopefully with that and school choice, people will be less dependent on the Department of Education, which, again, the Founding Fathers had no desire for the government to be the default educator. It was originally set up to be for people who were in financial need. They couldn't afford private school. They couldn't afford to have one of the parents take time off to teach the kids. And now it's the default education for an overwhelming majority of Americans, which, I look at modern society. Has that really made our society better? Let me know. Are you a fan of the public school system? Would you ever homeschool your kids, or would you ever allow them to go to public school? As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.